The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. They go play action here on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on second down. Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Foles. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
We got this.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 7 yards on the touchdown run. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. That is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Seven. 44. Hey, seam 6.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Middle.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Again, it's Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Steelers have taken the lead.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go, baby. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start the drive with Samuels. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
180.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Easy.
Now on 2nd and 16, Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Beat these two. Hey.
Kill. Watch the twins. Watch the twins. Why? Get wide. Out.
22, 44.
44 to Mike. 44.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case, he responded well.
Bravo.
Fofo's the Mike.
Take both of them.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. The 20. It's caught by Moncrief. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Hey, Haywood. Hey.
44 to Mike. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. 44, Mike, 44.
No bell.
That's what I do.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, let's get off.
Middle.
Let's get off the field, D.
You good?
Check.
Double bump.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
What we got? Screen! Off the screen! You go!
On play action, they'll throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Lee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter three. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 16.
Jack 16.
Mike's Fofo.
Watch twist. Whirl.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. T.J. Watt leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I'm coming.
Here's Foles. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Fournette, a first down carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. To throw on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. Open man right side of Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, he picks up additional yardage after it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there of 22.
44 to Mike.
Hey, orbit.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass. The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, it's Jackson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Stephon Tuitt. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. To try again after the sack. Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
These two.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Hey, here we go.
Again on second and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Easy.
Roethlisberger will throw. That's caught. The former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. 66 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You got nothing. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He uncorks it for Snead. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's 2nd down.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
He'll buy some time right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Set, ready. 55. Keep it up. Keep it up.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down and 4, Jackson flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Jackson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Now Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jackson forced out to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Tucker's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Hey, exit! Quarter! Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up!
Now Roethlisberger. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Matt Judon showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. Past the 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 79 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Jackson now. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 20, 10, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish. But he looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. Go, take, spell. Go.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now, watch the run. 25, check 25, check 25. Right slow. Try ball. Off, off. What's right? Check right, let's go.
They go play action now. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got you, boy. 50's the big one.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
You just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
Toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Jackson, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Black 80.
56. Check 56. Quit talking about and bring it.
Hey, alert. 44. Hey, 27.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after him early.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Jack 16. Alert. Solid, 5 down.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Black,
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Steeler first down.
That, 180.
Mike's 56.
Alert. No foul. Hey, wahoo.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
To James Washington.
That's good for 28 yards.
56.
First down.
Easy.
56.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Double.
Check.
From the 31, Roethlisberger. There goes a deep ball. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, 31 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check, ready. Touchdown. Go. Don't get nervous. Mike.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. T.J. Watt leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Another try after the first down sack. Haskins on the crossing route, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Throw left side, complete. It's Richardson. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On the ground, Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A 2-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Jack 16. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now it's Haskins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll make it third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Check 55, Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Shoot.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Mike, 56, right there.
Running to start the drive is Samuels. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Easy. Here we go.
99. Check 99.
Easy, these 2.
49. Check 49. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger back into his end zone. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To throw on third down, Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 16-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daron Payne able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
50. Crunch. 22-jet bombers. 22-jet bombers. Quarter.
After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger taken in by Switzer on the left side. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
44.
56. 56.
These two. King. These two.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 37. Check 37.
50.
Kill.
56. Mike, 56.
Big.
56.
Now Ben on third and long. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
On first down, it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, this is Geis. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11. at the 35-yard line.
On the ready. 55. Mike 55.
Let's go, D.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right.
Three down. Three down. Hatchet. Hatchet.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
You're out.
On second and 11 now. Haskins, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Back. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On third down, Haskins. It's brought in by Dodson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Washington Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Check 3.
On 1st down, they go option to the right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Redskins 9.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
We got 3. Three down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
makes it 3rd and 14.
Let's go. It's not a whoop. It's 50. I got you. I got you.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
White 80. 56. Check 56. What we got? What we got? What we got? He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Alert, alert. Middle. Motion. Launch motion.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that one will be accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Mike 56. Mike 56. 8.
Here's Roethlisberger. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 48 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready. 60 out low. 50. Mike 50 out. Oh, you got deep? Short.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Now Haskins on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. Out of the gun, Geis. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Next to score, Steelers 21, Redskins 16.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready? Select 5.
56, right there, 56.
Checker, gotta spin. Jam. Like it.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
56, the mop.
Easy.
56.
Select it.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Mike's 50, Mike's.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 52. 50's the Mike. That's it. It's the Mike. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. Now a desperation throw. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is now 2.
Makes the score Redskins 23, Steelers 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
We play to win. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.